Hello and welcome to the new build video. Today we will be talking about Poison Java. Before I start showcasing the build and everything, let me just say during the entire season 2, I have not seen that many Javazons poison throw around. So if you want to build something different, if you don't want to go all the way meta, then this is something for you. Okay, let me start by showcasing the gear a little bit. So what do we have here? This build went through a couple of alterations before I came to a conclusion that whatever I do is gonna end completely different compared to light Javazon. The good thing is that compared to light Javazon, you don't have to stack that much increased attack speed on your gear yourself, because when it comes to Merc, we're not gonna be using Act 2 Merc with Infinity, because Infinity is not breaking poison immunities at all. So it's pointless to use it. So instead of that, I went with Act 1 Merc, and I'm using Fate. So Fate is giving me it's actually decreasing my breakpoints on my weapon, on my gear. So eventually we don't need that much, we don't need that high increased attack speed. So basically, if you're using Fate, your breakpoint for increased attack speed needs to be 24. So we need to reach 24 increased attack speed on our gear. This is crucial. Why? Because we'll be using two abilities. One ability is called Plague Javelin, and another one is called Poison Javelin. Okay, so Plague Javelin is a high damage over time ability, which is doing approximately 60k damage over 3 seconds. But the thing is, it has a cooldown. And another ability is a Poison Javelin. This ability has 1 second damage over time, but it has no cooldown. So what it means is it's affected by increased attack speed breakpoint. That's why we're gonna stack it up and reach our breakpoint. So we fixed our issues with increased attack speed by using Fate on our Merc. Next thing is fixing our projectile pierce breakpoint. So you don't need to stack much. So you basically, with your talents only, you will have around 79. And then I went with Threads of Catan, just a little bit more chance to pierce, and also Arachnid with +1 and 12% chance to pierce. Then, when it comes to poison, weapon of choice, I went with a Gargoyle, +1 to all skills. My weapon is not the best in this build because these ones are really hard to get. Like at the point when I was building the character, there was only 2 on the market, and both of them, were not that good. If you can find better, GG. This is the best one I could find. Then the chest, Bramble. This is actually the only choice here. Try to get Bramble with highest possible poison skill damage. Shield. There are actually a couple of options for a shield. You can go leadless wall, 2 socket 3 skills, or you can go leadless wall, 3 sockets 2 skill. Skills are actually better than sockets on this build. You get more damage. I went with Spirit Ward because I was lacking some old resistance, and I really like Lesser Fate proc, which is giving me physical damage reduction. It's giving me curse reduction time. It's giving me old resist on top of everything. So better version of this shield would be 2 sockets, +1 to all skill corrupt, and 2 Amazon skills. This would be like the perfect version. For the helm, I went with Andariel Visage because the problem is breakpoint, as I said. We need to get 24 on our gear. And I couldn't find 30% increased attack speed, 3 skill Javazon gloves, no matter how hard I tried. If you can find them, GG for you. So I went with 3 skill, 20 increased attack speed gloves. Perfect would be 3 skill, 30 attack speed, and then you would be able to use any helm you want. But this is okay as well. So I went with Andariel Visage because of the increased attack speed. 3 sockets again, 2 skills. You can go alternative, 2 sockets, 3 skills. There will be even more damage. So whichever you can find. Then rings. I went with double Stone of Jordan, one with Magic Find, another one with mana. So far so good. I'm not having any issues with mana, and I try to squeeze in a little bit more Magic Find. As I already said, Arachnid Mesh +1 to all skills with chance to pierce. On boots as well, cannot be frozen, chance to pierce. If you can get better Threads of Catan, like higher pierce, then you could possibly drop pierce on belt and go for, let's say, Magic Find. But you need to reach that 100% pierce, which we are reaching because of the skill pierce. So basically 1 skill in this plus +1 to all skills on your gear equals around 100. I think I'm around 103. As for the charms, I'm using +5 to all, and then Grey Charms +1 to all Javelin and Life. We don't need those walk speed charms because our Merc is giving us vigor. So GG. On weapon swap, we go Call to Arms with Lidless, of course. As for the Merc gear, I went with the standard gear, you know, PDT. So Fate, definitely. Drex with ED. You can also, if you don't want to go ED, you can just stack Pierce. Crown of Ages with increased attack speed, ED Jewels. Templar's Might for level 8 Might Aura. A String of Ears for PDT with increased attack speed. And then Goblin Toes with Cannot Be Frozen. You can use whatever boots here. You can even use Katoons as well. Now for the playstyle, it's pretty simple. I will show you in the map how it works basically. The thing about poison, both of these abilities are damage over time. So what it means is when people are playing Javazone, especially throw Javazons, they want to see instant kills when they shoot. This is really close to instant kills, but what I try to do is I try to shoot my my Javazone like in all directions. Why? Because you shoot in one direction and it basically dies. You don't have to shoot there anymore. So you shoot all around you like a turret. So how I do it? I shoot one plague, because once you shoot it, it has a cooldown, so you can't spam it. So I start with plague and then I just continue shooting with poison javelin. And this is how it works: one plague and then shoot poison. So go plague on the left click and then poison on the right click. People ask me, how do you deal with poisons, poison immunities? I don't. I just avoid them. I'm usually just farming cow maps with this. And in cow maps, if properly rolled, you're not gonna encounter a single poison resist. Okay. So let me show you the playstyle. First, let's buff up. As you can see, the damage, Plague Javelin, which is our left ability, 61k, and then Poison Javelin, that's our right click, 31k. Resistances in Hell, as you can see, are maxed out, and on top of that we get the lesser Fate procs. Other stats, faster run walk speed plus vigor, faster hit recovery. I reached 52. But if you can get some Grand Champs killers, you can go even for 86. Life Leech 20, Mana Leech 4, 100 Pierce, as I said. There you go, Projectile Pierce 104. So all in all, pretty GG stats. And then if you can stack on some Magic Find, I'm around 200 with the map roll. But I think it's okay. Everything above 200 is pretty good. Okay, so we shoot one flag, as you can see, and then we spam the javelin. There is one life, and then we spam. You have to be careful with your Merc, as he doesn't have that high damage, so survivability is not it's not like extra Merc that you can just leave him around. You have to babysit him. Throw a potion on there if she encounters some harder mobs. Also, why are we shooting in the cold? Because it reaches off the screen, right? And then mobs come to you, as you can see. Basically, you don't have to even stand, you can just shoot and move along. As you can see. You can just just shoot and move on. Find another group. Find another group. It's pretty fun, Playstyle. For the people that love to be different a little bit, you know. And this is how I try to play. I try to shoot a cone around. Okay, so I'm not focusing only one place. I find this pretty fast, and what I like to have is fast movement speed, because moving from group to group needs to be fast, because otherwise you're just losing. And don't worry about leaving 1 or 2 enemies behind. They will just catch up to you. As you can see, you can also enemy dive, so we are tanky a lot, because we have high life leech, we have 75% chance to block. Don't worry about doing meters. You can. As for the group play, it's also GG because it's tanky, as I said. I mean, we can play without Merc. If Merc dies, it doesn't matter. It's just we are losing some movement speed, and we are losing our speed rate. All in all, we are not losing any damage forward. It's just quality. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple, it's pretty deadly. There is not that many poison jewels around. So if you want to play something different, I suggest you try it. And that will be it. If you have any questions, just feel free to write in the comments, send me a message. You can also check me playing it on my Twitch. I stream every second day, and if you like the content, press that follow button. That will be all. Cheers, guys.